Urgent call for humanity. Science and Quran warn us about a crucial incident. The Yellowstone caldera is going to erupt soon. This is not a prophecy but a scientific and religious facts that anyone who research about it can easily acknowledge. The North America continent is going to be perished. The world atmosphere will be covered with smoke, as it exactly stated in the Quran Al-Kareem. Then watch for the day that the sky will bring forth the kind of smoke plainly visible. Urgent measures must be taken against the volcanic eruption that will affect the whole world. Scientifically, the eruption process has already begun, and it can occur at any moment. Now, the world is entering a new and very different era. All countries should give up fighting with each other and seek ways to deal with this crucial problem. According to scientific data, the North America continent will become uninhabitable after this volcanic eruption. The emerging smoke will cover the sky all around the world like a cloud. The sun will not be seen from the earth for a while. This volcanic eruption will have staggering effects on climate, air transport, communication, satellite systems, health, food sector, etc. The Holy Book of the Muslims, Quran Al-Kareem, is exactly pointing out this incident in Surah Al-Dukhan, which means the smoke. Then watch for the day that the sky will bring forth the kind of smoke plainly visible, enveloping the people. This will be a penalty grievous. Yellowstone caldera is the biggest volcano of the world. Its eruption period is approximately 600,000 years, and it has been sleeping for almost 640,000 years. The critical alarm point for the volcano, which has given eruption signal during the recent years, has been reached. The great volcanic eruption will occur soon, with the huge cracks on Earth crust due to unusual increase in the seismic ground motions, rise in the caldera temperature, and above all the abnormal and ever-increasing uplift of the caldera ground surface. It is just a matter of time now.
A single supervolcano explosion is 1,000,000 times bigger than Hiroshima. No ordinary volcano comes close. Regular volcanoes eject millions of cubic feet of ash and debris. Supervolcanoes eject billions. Regular volcanoes can throw ash over an entire state. The ash from a supervolcano could blanket half the United States. Supervolcanoes are real events. Over 20 have been recorded in the history of the Earth, and over half of these happened in North America.
Imagine a situation with worldwide famine.
People will be literally burnt to a cinder.
The results will be catastrophic.
We could be seeing 1 billion people dead. We could be seeing the start of a breakdown in the social fabric of the planet.
The fact that Allah has promised us excruciating eruption in the Quran Al-Kareem make us all even more frightened. Allah has evidently revealed that the world will be covered by a smoke, and this will be a tormenting punishment. Prophet Muhammad explained the verse of Quran and stated that Muslims would be less affected from this incident. Our Lord warned us in 3 matters: the smoke, which will affect Muslims as if they catch cold, but it will affect disbelievers by entering and exiting every holes of their body. From the statement of Prophet Muhammad that Muslims would be less affected, we understand that the center of this incident will take place far away from Islamic geography. Ali bin Abi Talib described the smoke as he had seen it before. And the whole world turned into a flueless house where its furnace is fired. Scientifically, it is impossible to stop the caldera eruption. Quran al-Karim notified that the smoke incident will take place. It is impossible to stop Allah's promise. Scientifically, the eruption will cause a great destruction. The smoke is described as grievous penalty in the verse of Quran. According to scientists, the caldera eruption is only a matter of time. Although the time of caldera eruption isn't known, it could happen at any moment. In compliance with the religious sources, nearly all minor signs of doom are completed, and even though its time isn't known, the smoke incident could take place at any moment. Scientifically, the smoke rose from the caldera eruption will spread through stratosphere and cover the entire sky. It is notified in the verse of Quran that the smoke will envelop all the humanity. Scientifically, the effects of the caldera eruption on the Middle East would be lesser. Prophet Muhammad said that Muslims will be less affected from this incident. Scientifically, the smoke emerged from the caldera eruption will be trapped in the atmosphere. As stated by Prophet Muhammad's companion Ali bin Abi Talib, the whole world turned into a flueless house where its furnace is fired. Of all these, it seems that the Yellowstone eruption bears a striking resemblance to the Al-Dukhan incident. Time is ticking. We have very limited time. Does the American government know this? Of course, they know it. They even conducted hundreds of research on this. They have been keeping Yellowstone caldera under constant surveillance for almost a century. However, they can only hope that the supervolcano, who already completed its eruption periodicity, is not going to explode for a long time.
Anytime this century. So there's a good chance you'll never see it. But 10%, I mean, that's not tiny. And the U.S. Geological Survey noted last year, even if Yellowstone does erupt, it could be a small incident, not some Armageddon type thing. Michio Kaku joins us now. He's a theoretical physicist, a professor, a best-selling author, and friend of the program. Give us some context on this, what we're talking about here.
Well, forget the image of Yogi Bear representing Yellowstone. We're talking about a sleeping Godzilla underneath Yellowstone that, if it erupts in a maximum eruption called Category 8, it could literally tear the guts out of the United States of America. Instead of having 50 states of the Union, we would only have 30 states of the Union. Now that's Category 8. This report looked at Category 7, which is much more likely once every 1,000 years rather than once.
Yellowstone investigation has shown that the park's sleeping supervolcano is still alive and dangerous. Old Faithful's underground plumbing reveals volcanic heat. Obsidian glass tells of a massive eruption. Seismographs record thousands of earthquakes, while the earthquake waves reveal terrifying underground chambers. And the reappearance of a sunken boat shows that the land is rising. And yet, the ultimate Yellowstone geological question remains to be answered. When will the supervolcano erupt once again?
We know there's enough magma left, we know there's enough heat, we know that there will be future eruptions in Yellowstone, but we don't know if there will ever be another catastrophic eruption.
So the investigation is left with a deadly serious warning. On the timescale that geologists work to, a coming super eruption in Yellowstone may well be right around the corner. That corner could be 10,000 or 100,000 years in the future, or it could be tomorrow. A new and devastating chapter in the ever-changing story of how the Earth was made.
In other words, people continue their lives, plays and entertainments despite the suspicion of this great eruption. In a very meaningful way, the state of people also stated in the verses of Quran, which are describing the smoke. Yet they play about and doubt. When this incident is going to take place, it will be so late for complaining. Therefore, we urgently need to take precautions. Our call for U.S. government: this volcanic eruption is not only going to affect the America but will also cause serious problems for the whole world. Therefore, the U.S. government should openly share the information regarding the seismic motions in Yellowstone caldera with their people and other countries, and should allow the scientists of other nations to examine and monitor the caldera. The scientists consensually state that 2/3 of USA will be uninhabitable because of this volcanic eruption. Therefore, these areas need to be evacuated soon. Otherwise, it will cause the death of millions of innocent people. Our call for leaders of the world: this incident is not a science fiction. According to scientific findings, it might occur at any time. Religious sources also confirm this. As a precautionary measure, ensure that all your citizens who are residing in USA abandon there as soon as possible. Act with the awareness that the consequence of this eruption on US dollar is unknown. Finally, put this incident on the UN agenda.
There is a warning about the social demolitions in the Quran. When we decide to destroy a population, we first send a definite order to those among them who are given the good things of this life and yet transgress, so that the word is proved true against them, then it is we destroy them utterly.
Allah has informed Prophet Noah before the Great Flood. Noah warned the people and started to build a ship, the Noah's Ark. However, the non-believers mocked him, and they didn't prepare anything. The result is known. Allah has informed Prophet Joseph that there will be famine. Joseph warned the people. However, the non-believers mocked him, and at the end, they became destitute and helpless. Listen to divine warning. Allah clearly says the smoke will envelop all humanity. Current scientific findings and religious sources jointly prove that the time has come. Of course, Allah knows best.